Hi everybody. Sorry I'm semi late. Okay. Okay. So what I know was good today. Um, kind of good because there were two main stories for today. Maybe three, but I think I'm forgetting something. Okay, but I'm just gonna go with it. So we have the aftermath of how Kyle is gonna deal with his non proposal because Claire said, I'll think about it. And how he's dealing with it. And so we get to see him with Jack, his father, which I gotta say, I think I've said this before, so I'm sorry if I repeat myself. But the dynamics between Peter Bergman and Michael Miller are great. You can totally tell they're father and son, and they feel like father and son. So I like it. Okay. Then we have an appearance of Audra again. And Audra, I now know her role because I've been talking about it for like a couple years. I know. Of at first I was like, okay, there's this new chick, and I'm like, I don't know what her role is, and like I don't know why she's there. Okay, she's there to stir up trouble. That's her instigator, you know, meddler, whatever you want to call it. Okay, that is her role in soap opera. Because Kyle is running in the park or whatever, and she just happens to be there, and then she makes some like joke, but it's kind of like a twist of like, well, no matter how fast you can run, you cannot run me. And I'm like, oh, okay, don't put the knife in anymore, Audra. You know, you don't know what this dude is dealing with, and you don't want to turn on him at this point. And but he actually stuck up for himself because he says, Audra, if you try to put me and Claire apart or whatever, then I will destroy you. And first of all, this is the first time I've heard Kyle say something like that. But the volume and the intensity, I believe it. Okay, I don't want to cross him. I don't. I mean, this dude, and this goes into like acting. And here's my point: he can act like totally cool, charming, nice guy, and then turn like that. Okay, that takes acting ability beyond. So yeah, good on you, Michael Miller. Um, but he hit on a point. He was talking to his dad and saying, "What should I do? Is there anything I can do?" And he's like, and Jack tells him, "No, the only thing you can control is you. You can't control how she receives your message, how she interprets it. You can't control that." And then we get into the heart of what he's feeling, which is, I'm afraid that the longer I leave Claire alone, the more she'll figure out she doesn't need me in her life. I'm like, whoa, that's deep. But it is true because Claire, see, now I've kind of figured out the character of Claire also. They started out as meek, mild, whatever, very, very naive to a point, right? And very untrusting of people due to her former circumstances, right? But with that, the other side is because she couldn't rely on anybody else, she relied on herself. And she's stronger than most people because she really doesn't need people in her life. She can totally survive alone. Now, of course, there's the line of you don't need people, but you probably want some people in your life. But there's a line there. And so I'm like, whoa, this is deep. Okay. So I'm kind of like, I'm on the same boat because I'm like, well, maybe she's gonna not realize she doesn't need him or anything, but like she might fall for what's his name? Um, oh man, Nathan Owens, Damien, and not Damien, the other one. Yeah, Holden. She might fall for him. I don't want her to fall for him, but it might happen. Okay, so that's that storyline. Oh, and then Audra comes back in the picture because remember I told you. Now this is kind of back up from yesterday when Claire said that she didn't want coffee; she wanted to get drunk. Okay, well obviously they went to a bar, so then they pick up some drinks, and they're just drinking and talking. And I really don't think they're drunk, okay? But then Audra happens to appear and say, "Well, doesn't this look cozy?" Audra. Audra Hunt. Okay, so that's the whole storyline. We'll have to see tomorrow if it moves. Um, and Kyle will have to see what he does and how he reacts to what's happening to him. Okay, now let's move on to Billy and Sally. Yes, the couple I like. Woohoo! Yeah, because Billy needs a win. I've been saying this for like a month, but it's true. Because if you've been following the Billy story at all, okay, he is the black sheep of his family, kind of. He's the youngest, so he always thinks he has to prove something. And and he's not been the luckiest in the love department either. So it's just like, can this guy catch a break? But I think he is now because with Sally gives him things he needs, which are belief in himself because she believes in him, and also just love and support and whatever, you know what I mean? But also um an ear, like if he says he wants to do something, she hears him out and doesn't just say no, that's crazy or something, like that language. So I like the couple. And then the next move is they're gonna move in together. Yay! Woo! So we're on to the next step. We're getting ever so closer to a proposal. And man, am I here for it. Because man, Sally would look good in a wedding dress. I'm picturing Courtney Hope in a wedding dress as we speak. Just saying, no pressure. Um, okay. Yeah, so that was it. Because we didn't really see Diane because the storyline was she went off to bed earlier to read a book, to finish a book. So that's why we didn't see her. And then I told you the rest. So yeah, that was it. So basically A and B's storyline today. But I mean, it's good because you get to flesh out. I like when they flesh out a storyline. So there you go. Bye everybody.